You're listening to the all-new CultureCast, Chicagoland's finest podcast.
Hello, and welcome to the newest edition of the all-new CultureCast. I am the Gorehound, and with me today is...
Nick!
Hey, Nick! How are you?
I'm doing great, Gorehound. How are you?
Very good. Nick, what are we talking about today?
We're kind of doing a smorgasbord of different things, but specifically we're going to be talking about Mighty Con, the DuPage County Comic Con. So,
super local.
Yes, based in Wheaton, Illinois. So,
Yeah.
For those
Just down the street from me.
Yeah. So for those of you who are listening to this and have no idea what Mighty Con is, well, you're going to find out all about it.
Yeah.
Although that said, Mighty Con, I guess they have a bunch of them throughout.
Yeah, just like Wizard World.
Yeah, but it's more Midwest located and it's smaller. But we'll talk about that in a little bit. But let's jump into our weekly topic, or weekly.
Yeah.
Not topic, but our weekly. I don't know, what do you call it? Feature. There you go. Hello,
Yes.
wake up. What have you been watching?
Well, I mentioned this last week, but we downloaded this app where we get like free stuff, and another one of the free things that we got was like a free Vudu movie. The Vudu is like this, I think it's the Roku app thing where you could just like buy and rent movies. So I rented it like a free movie, and I've wanted to see this for a long time, but it was Cooties.
Okay.
Have you heard of it?
Nuh-uh.
Okay. It's got Elijah Wood and Rainn Wilson. And,
oh my God, what happened to him? He just sort of disappeared.
Yeah, it's got quite a few people in it, and I've been wanting to see it for a while, and I finally did, and it was pretty much as I expected. It was entertaining, and I'm glad that I finally got to watch it. It was I don't know. It was very comedic, and with not a whole lot of quality horror, I should say. Jorge Garcia, i.e. Hurley from Lost, was also in it, but it was really only just like a few small parts. And for some reason, I thought that it was T.J. Miller instead of Rainn Wilson. So I was
Wow, how do you confuse that?
In the movie, they kind of look the same.
Oh, okay.
So they both got like funny haircuts, but I really liked Elijah Wood. He's good, and I was thinking that maybe I might watch that Wilfred TV show that he's got going on. I started watching it, and I don't remember why I didn't stick with it. I think it's since been canceled, right?
Yeah, I think it finished its run.
Yeah. So, what have you been up to?
I actually watched a movie. This isn't too recently. It's been a couple of weeks ago. I forgot to mention it. I watched Magic Mike, Triple XL.
Oh, the second one?
The second one, yes.
Yeah.
I need to write a blog post about it, but I haven't yet.
Was it just as good?
I enjoyed it, but the first one was way better.
Yeah.
The second one felt that there wasn't much of a story. It's kind of like, hey,
what is the story?
Well, they all get back together.
Yeah.
Because Matthew McConaughey and the kid run off to Europe for something or other, and they leave everyone else high and dry. And they decide to all go down to this stripper convention as their last hurrah to be strippers.
Just like we would do. Instead of stripper convention, we just go to a comic book convention.
Yeah, exactly. So it ties into our topic.
Yeah.
So that was pretty much the whole movie and hijinks along the way. So there's not much of a story, but I mean, the dancing was good in it. I mean, they make it pretty entertaining, but and the acting was good. It was funny, but the first one was better. It was.
Yeah.
So
I still haven't seen either of them, and I still really want to.
Dude,
but
Magic Mike, the original, is great.
But there's way too many Halloween-related horror movies that I'm just like,
whatever.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm obsessed.
Watch it for Valentine's Day, because you'll get something out of it, and Graveyard Queen will get something out of it.
Well, for some reason, she is not interested in it.
Really?
Yeah, I'm like, come on, D. Get it.
It's Channing Tatum. Let's move on to our topic du jour,
Yeah.
in which we're talking about DuPage Mighty Con. So, Gorehound, what was your opinion of the DuPage Mighty Con?
It was better. It was greater to or equal to I was expecting.
Okay.
It was about what I expected, a little bit better than I expected. It was kind of the equivalent of, I felt like I was the equivalent of C2E2 on a very, very local scale.
Like if C2E2 didn't have any guests or celebrities, and
Right.
it was more
It
of
was,
the dealer room.
I felt like it was like 10% of C2E2,
Yeah, that's fair.
where you just like, you don't get like 1% of this, 1% of that. You get like, you literally take 10% of that entire room. Whatever falls in there, you bring it over to this one. Like, there was a few video game sets, and apparently there was like a children's costume thing.
Contest, yeah.
Yeah. And, yeah. Both of us went together without any significant others to check it out, and yeah, we were there for like an hour, two, or something like that.
Yeah, I think about
Not
2
even.
hours or something, because we got there about 11:30, and we left about 1:30, I think.
Yeah.
It wasn't much there. I guess I didn't know what to expect, and I kind of dragged you to it because you were really like, I don't know. I was like, come on, it'd be fun.
Yeah. I wouldn't say that.
Although
I
you
was
were the
fine.
winner of the day, in my opinion.
Oh yeah, I got 20 comic books for $5, and they were all ones that like I'm excited to read. So
Yeah.
I got a Black Panther run, which was all continuous.
Nice.
Some Sensational She-Hulk continuous, and then I got a few like Doctor Strange, Doctor Doom, Doctor Morbius. Wow,
A lot of doctors. You like your doctors.
apparently crossovers. Because I found like a Midnight Suns, and I was like, oh my gosh, that's awesome. So yeah, 25-cent comics. That was a good deal.
Yeah.
Albeit I did have to spend a little bit of time
Oh, yeah. See,
combing through just the disorganization, but for
I
25 cents.
yeah, I hate that. Like that's a great deal. 25 cents a comic, and if I cared more, and I would have sat there because all the comics in this particular booth, they were just completely disorganized, no order whatsoever. And
Well, I shouldn't say that. It seemed to be like a reoccurring order. Like they would have like 5 X-Men's and then 5 like Z title comics, and then they would like 5 A's. But then it like kept on repeating itself.
yeah,
So like every single carton had some Justice League and Avengers in it or something like that.
yeah, like I don't have time to that. It's like,
Okay.
ugh. Maybe if I was really feeling the mood, but I don't know. That booth was like really packed because it was cheap.
Yeah.
But
And I'm really just looking for random comics
yeah,
at this point. I have quite a few continuous lines, but I'm always looking for new stuff because majority of my comics are Hulks, She-Hulks, and Ghost Riders. So I'm always looking to expand, and Black Panther seems to be like a rising guy.
yeah.
So
I'm
I,
of the.
I,
I'm
I
sorry.
was looking for some of the that new Spider Girl.
The Spider Gwen.
Yeah, I was looking for some of that, but apparently that's like hot shit right now.
Yeah, you're almost better off waiting for the collection to come out because they'll be easier to get.
Yeah,
But yeah, I'm the opposite of you. I'm at a point in my life where I
right.
kind of know what I like, and I kind of want to go back to fill holes
Mm-hmm.
in collections and runs. I'm sure in a couple of years here I'll probably get rid of most of my comics.
No.
Well, maybe not most, but like certain things I might upgrade or do. I don't know yet, but I'm just not as enthusiastic about it as I once was. But
No, Don't give them away. You have to have that passing on with your child, where you give them all of these old comic books.
Maybe I'll because one thing I was debating about doing was at least slimming down the comics. Like, just keep the ones I definitely want to have. Like, I have a bunch of Star Trek comics, and it's like, why do I have Star Trek comics? But, like maybe pitching some of those or something. But, like, keeping, like, my Superman, my Captain America, things like that, I would totally keep. I wouldn't give that up. But yeah, so... But I saw... I guess we should give a little information about the Mighty Con, because there's a couple of things I want to talk about.
Yeah.
Mighty Con took place Saturday, June 25th, in Wheaton, Illinois, and the DuPage County Fairgrounds. And it was a smaller convention, like Gorehound was saying, that it's basically I don't want to call it a barn, but a multi-purpose room. That'd be a good use of it. A small multi-purpose room that had, average size, that had a bunch of tables, a bunch of people trying to sell stuff. And they had a couple of artists there, of nobody of any note, that were trying to sell their art.
Right.
And
no celebrities whatsoever.
Yeah, no celebrities. And you wouldn't expect that from a show like this.
Yeah.
I was kind of disappointed because I was hoping to get better deals on things. I came in with a list of things that, hey, if they have it, great. And I walked out there pretty much empty-handed.
Yeah.
I did get a cool art print of Wolverine dressed as a Green Bay Packer. Yeah. And I brought it home to my fiance, who's a huge Green Bay Packer fan, and she likes Wolverine, and she thought it was really cool. And my soon-to-be sister-in-law was over as well, and she was like, her husband, soon to be my brother-in-law, it's like, he would love that. He's like a huge Wolverine fan, and he also likes the Green Bay, which I didn't realize he was as huge a Wolverine fan. If I knew that, I would have totally bought him one as well. But I have the guy's card, so maybe I'll try to email him to see if he can get me another print of that. So
yeah.
I will say this, and I was tempted, but I decided against it. There was a couple booths there that were selling some action figures that had them for decent prices, like some kind of rare-ish, for lack of a better term, figures. And I was so tempted to buy one. Like, there was a figure of Venom from Spider-Man's villain, Venom.
Yeah.
And I've seen this one around, like, on reviews on websites. I never had seen it in person. And they're selling it. And online, if you want to buy it, it's like $30 because it's rare and people are eBay and everything. This guy was selling it for $15, which was actually below store price. And I'm like, man, that's so tempting. But I'm thinking, do I need this? I'm like, no. And I reluctantly put it down, which I'm fine with. I should probably get out of that stuff anyway. But
never.
Or I should be more selective anyway. But anyway, that's I did see some cool things there.
Yeah, dude, Venom is a total badass.
I do like Venom. I like his look, and the figure looked really good. And I half debated after I dropped you off at your apartment. I'm like, maybe I should go back and buy it quickly.
No, man.
But I was like, no. Save your $15. You can use it on something else.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there's that. I was looking on the website as we were preparing for this podcast, and this is what I'm reading right here. I'm going to read this straight up. Every person who attends Mighty Con gets a free comic book and a backpack at the door to get their day started off right. I got no free backpack or comic book when I walked into the door.
Correct. I think that the box next to... I think we could have taken a free comic book.
Okay.
And that box right next to it, but it was just like picked through and just, that...
Like all the crappy ones are there?
Yeah. Yeah, no Marvel or DC comics have been left.
Or if it is, it's like the really shitty ones that nobody wants. Like,
right. The rest of the ones from the free comic book days.
Yeah, right.
But yeah, and when we walked in, they were like trying to sell somebody on like the 3-day pass, and I was like,
aren't you going to come back tomorrow? I'm like, no.
Please stop talking.
Yeah, just let me go.
I will walk away if you keep on talking.
You can buy your pass early, which will get you in a half hour earlier to the show. Why?
Yeah, and just those deals are just like that is not appealing to anybody. You get half an hour, and then the rest of the hours that you're there, it's just as packed as when you. I don't know.
And see, it wasn't even that packed, I felt. I mean, some
Yeah.
parts, but I mean, overall, it wasn't like C2E2 on a Saturday afternoon.
Yeah, we found each other within 5 minutes if we needed to.
Yeah.
That would have never happened.
And C2E2.
Too.
Like,
We're not finding
Gorehound? Well, he's
finding
lost.
each other unless we call each other like 5 times.
Yeah. Yeah. Although there was a time when I was here at Mighty Con, I looked down, I was looking at something, I look up, I'm like, wait, where'd he go?
Yeah.
You just totally disappeared on me.
I saw that cool idea. What was those beads that you were talking about?
The perler beads.
Yeah. I actually got some really good ideas from there. I think I'm going to make a few of the ideas that I saw there, which I know I should have supported them, but
Hey, if you can make your own, why not?
yeah.
It'd be cheaper.
Yeah.
You know what? That's what you should do. You should go make a bunch of perler bead designs and sell them, and then you could have the things at Comic-Con and make money. So
I thought about, 'cause I'm pretty good at braiding hemp, and I was thinking about I've always thought about just starting a little business where I just make these little hemp necklaces or bracelets or something like that and sell them for $2 a piece on Etsy or something like that.
might as well. If you could make a couple bucks at it.
Yeah.
Me, on the other hand, I'm going to learn painting from Bob Ross while watching those videos, and I'm going to sell my paintings at craft shows.
Yeah.
I say that now, but I'll probably wind up burning down the house. I don't know how that would happen, but it would. I would find a way that'll happen.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I don't know. I don't have a thing too much about Mighty Con. I wouldn't race back.
Yeah. I mean, you got a better deal going here than if you were to just go to, Graham Cracker's Comics.
That's
right?
true. Depending on what you're getting at Graham Cracker. I mean, they did have the booths were selling like you got the 25-cent comics. They had dollar bins and everything. That seemed to be the general consensus. And I think admission was $8, or let me see here. Admission was $8 for a single day, $12 for a weekend pass. So that's not too bad. So depending on what you're looking for,
Yeah, and the graphic novels were actually, because that was what I was initially going to get. It was buy 2 get 2 free or something like that.
I think there was one that was buy 1 get 2 free. It's like, wow, that's a deal.
Yeah, there were some really good deals with that, and I was like, oh wow, make it simple for me. But yeah, I ultimately decided to go with the 25-cent ones. Just a comic feels better to me than the paperback. Seems. What's the difference between a graphic novel and a comic? Nothing.
Graphic novel is a term nerds use to make their comic book reading seem more legit.
Oh, okay.
If you want to go on a technical level, how I viewed it, a graphic novel is like an actual novel that was...
Or a collection of comics.
Well, no, like an actual novel that was written as a comic, like an actual thick book, not just a 22-page pamphlet.
Yeah.
And then there's collections, where they have here's 6 issues of a comic that are combined together in what's called a trade paperback.
Yeah.
That I just call a collection. I mean, I don't know. I don't consider that a graphic novel, but I don't know. Everyone's going to have a different answer to that. So
yeah, the 22-page is what I was saying. I would prefer over the paperback thick book. So there were a lot of bootleg DVDs that I saw, but there also were a lot of just rare horror movies, which was pretty cool. I mean, they were very pricey, but it was nice to see that. What did you think of the costumes?
I barely noticed them.
Yeah,
but
you have to say that there were more people than I expected.
Yeah, I mean, I wasn't sure what to expect, but yeah, it seemed like it was more kids dressing up, not so much adults.
Yeah.
Like at C2E2 or something, you'd have a ton of adults dressing up.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
But yeah, it was nice to see this comic book convention happen in the suburbs, because that's all it was a 10-minute drive from me. That's very accessible, and it doesn't hurt to do these because I'm sure they broke even, and maybe next year it'll be bigger.
Yeah, you never know. I mean, I wish the...
But I believe having it at the fairgrounds is, I mean, it may be cost effective, but it just makes it seem trashy.
Yeah, I remember walking into the space they had it. I'm like, smells like horse crap in here.
Yeah.
They have a horse show going on. But I absolutely loved on their big board, their announcement board on the outside by the street, how they have their list of upcoming events. And they refer to this as Geek Comic Show.
Yeah.
Like, nice. Very good.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know what the show is about. Some goddamn geeks or gathering together or something.
Yeah, it's like clearly the person who put that on had total contempt for the comic book, which is
you don't need
awesome.
to put geek. Just comic show.
Yeah.
So
they know who they are.
Yeah.
You don't need to rub it in. I laughed, but I don't know. I don't know if I'd come back to this unless I was really bored and had nothing better to do.
Yeah, I know my sister was interested in coming to this.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
And I just don't see inviting her along to this, because if you're going for a comic book convention experience, this is not the way to go.
No, this show is designed for your hardcore comic book fans. C2E2.
Oh, so you think I'm a hardcore comic book fan?
You bought 20 comics for $5.
Yeah.
Like this is like people. This show is designed specifically for comic fans. Something like C2E2 is more for the casual fan, someone who's just into pop culture. Like, oh yeah, I like seeing the Avenger movies. I'll go to this thing. And it appeals more because they have actors there of shows you watch, and they have panels and screenings and things.
A lot of stuff.
Yeah, they got a lot of stuff that appeals to people. This here, you just walking in, and it's like a big comic book store.
They had one comedian talking to the kids, and they had the Super Smash Brothers. That was just like, I don't know. I have a bigger TV screen than the ones they were using over there.
So I mean, it's good for what it is, but it's nothing super special.
Yeah.
So, do you have anything else to say about Mighty Con?
I do not.
Okay. I just want to take a few moments here as we continue on to talk about a couple weeks back. I went to BrickWorld Chicago, which is a Lego convention in the Schaumburg Convention Center. And it was pretty cool. Basically, it's not so much a convention where you get to go and buy a bunch of stuff, although there is that there. It's more so you get to see all these people who created their own Lego models. And of like everything and anything. There was a perpetual motion machine that someone made using Legos. There was like a bunch of like buildings and historical things that are made using Legos. It was a ton of cool things. Like someone made a mini Springfield from The Simpsons.
Were these all custom projects, or I feel like a lot of these you could have just like bought a box set?
A majority of them were custom. There were some like that people made on there are a couple of castles. I took a bunch of pictures. I haven't had a chance to upload them online yet, but it's cool. It
does
really
look cool.
I highly recommend. It was over Father's Day weekend this year. Legos fascinate me. I love seeing the designs. I love going on that. There's a Lego Ideas website where people submit their own designs to potentially become actual Lego sets. It's so cool to see what people come up with.
And this was not Lego sponsored?
I don't think so, but the Lego store had a booth there, so I
Okay.
guess they're okay with it. I
Yeah.
don't know how all that sponsorship goes, if Lego does sponsor it or what, but um,
'Cause I would have to imagine that they would have like been full force on this, like sponsoring it because it's like people just keep on buying their shit, and this is
mhm.
only going to like popularize it, and people are going to. I don't know. It's just like a win-win for them.
Yeah, I would say so. I think I don't know what I think, but it was a lot of fun. I recommend it. I can't remember how much admission was. It's only a couple bucks, but if you get there when it was like, let me see, I think it was like 10 to 3. You'll spend the entire time there because there's just so much to see, just absolutely so much to see. It got really
Yeah,
crowded at times because
yeah,
everyone's like hovering around trying to watch things, but it was a thumbs up. I hope we might go next year.
yeah,
I encourage you to go. I encourage any of our
yeah,
listeners to check it out because
yeah. Hands
these
down.
things are all over the country. I think in October they have another Lego convention at Rosemont. At least they did last year. I'm assuming they'll do it this year. Called Brick Fest. Similar thing, but geared much more towards little kids and not nearly as many Lego models that people put together.
Mm.
Uh, they even had a
So
Lego mosaic of Bill Murray's face. Like
yeah,
like
they
they
would.
took like a picture and pixelized the picture and able to make like a Lego design art from it. It was
Yeah.
pretty boss. But
So what did you walk away with?
the only thing we really bought was one of those mystery boxes where
Yeah.
you can get like Lego stuff and yeah, I guess it was okay. I can't remember
Were
what
you
exact.
satisfied?
I don't remember what we all had in there.
Yeah.
The only thing I do remember is the fiance saw that were selling this particular place was not only selling the boxes, like the mystery boxes, but were also selling the Lego ice cube trays.
Mm.
And she's like, "Oh, let's get the ice cube trays." And so like, all right, we got the ice cube trays. And she's like, "Let's get one of the mystery boxes." Okay. And guess what was inside the mystery box?
Yeah, it was.
The ice cube tray. I'm like,
Oh,
ah. But oh well, it is what
all
it
ice
is.
cubes are Legos now.
Yeah, I am curious. I want to use that to see if like you could really like build with them.
Mm.
Probably not, but it'd still be pretty cool.
Yeah, I've got
So,
one of those spherical ice cube trays where you can make like globes, um,
cool.
and it actually works really well. I like it.
Yeah,
Cool. Yeah, yeah. I think I would definitely love to go next year.
I'll keep that in mind. It is fun. It's usually over Father's Day weekend. So, and we got a Groupon with it too, so it's even better. And
There you go.
hilarious story. I don't own a smartphone, and this
Yeah.
vindicates me not owning a smartphone because they said when we walked into the place, they said everyone with Groupons to this side. So we go to this part with Groupons. They say if you have the paper Groupons, go to the right. People with the Groupon on their digital device go to the left. There was a huge line with people with the digital device. No line for people with paper Groupons. So we just like plowed through and went right on in. It was awesome.
Gosh.
The fiance
I
said
bet you feel. I bet you feel great about yourself
I
right now,
felt
huh?
really great about myself. The fiance was like, "All right, on occasion, it's good to have a paper thing." I'm like, "Heck yeah, it is." So that was pretty great. I was proud of
Yeah.
myself. So, so that's all I got. I guess this is our hodgepodge convention podcast.
Yeah.
I don't have any trivia for you, but I am going to tell you this, and you're probably going to crap your pants.
What's that?
So, the Wizard World, the Chicago Comic Con that's at Rosemont
In
in
August.
August? Yes. I think we talked earlier this year that I learned that David Duchovny was going to be there.
Yeah, my man.
I found out today that Gillian Anderson is also going to be there.
Oh my god.
I
What's the price?
okay, if you want to get a photo with both of them, It's like $220 or something.
Oh my gosh.
But I have bad news.
What's that?
It's already sold out.
Oh yeah, because I think that's like the first time they've done it.
Yeah, or at least in Chicago. So you could still. Here's the weird thing: if you got a photo individually with them, like one with David Duchovny, one with Gillian Anderson, it would cost only $180. So they're really price gouging you on that one, which I guess they know they can get away with.
I just cannot imagine paying that kind of money.
Yeah, I wouldn't. For
Like $50 is like what I would pay.
for like both of them.
Well, I don't know. I mean, for both of them, that's awesome. That'd be a little bit more. But honestly, that's too much. It doesn't matter who it is.
Yeah, I agree. The novelty would be cool, but yeah. I guess seeing them both there live would be cool too. I'm sure they have some sort of panel or something, but yeah.
Yeah, or just to like talk with them would be enough, but I'm sure that you have to pay to
Probably to get an autograph
say
or something.
hello.
Like, hi,
Yeah.
great, that'll be $300. Oh.
Yeah. Just go up to him and be like, Mulder, I think about you like 3 times a week. You're awesome. Have a good day. And that's it. And I would have to like pay him to say that.
Probably. Those things, they know how to get you. And Wizard World is awful about it. C2E2 is bad enough, but Wizard World is worse, I feel.
Yeah. I've actually got they were in Entertainment Weekly when they were advertising for the latest season, and I took a cutout and put it in my cube at work, so I've got one of them.
I should also tell you, I thought I saw this, you'll need to confirm it, but I think Jason Mewes is going to be at Wizard World this year.
Oh yeah, I wouldn't doubt that. It seems so easy to do that. But you just don't see Kevin Smith as much.
No. So, I think he's going to be there on the Thursday, and I saw a Groupon for the Thursday one a couple of weeks back, so
oh yeah?
there's your in if you want to meet Jason Mewes.
Yeah. Yeah, for the listeners out there, I was like so excited to go see him, and I ended up like reading the schedule wrong, and I ended up like not having the opportunity to see him. And then I got another opportunity, like just total like freak accident. Like he was like giving this like impromptu talk, and I was like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna do it. And the crowds just surrounded him. And I'm not like a real kind of guy who just like navigates in. I'm patient, and I like to stay back until the opportunity arises. So,
And the opportunity didn't arise.
I was like, yeah, maybe sometime it'll come up.
This is
yes.
C2E2 from a few years back, right?
Yeah, it was last year.
2015, okay.
Yeah. But yeah, there is a Groupon for $23. But that doesn't mean that you get to see.
No, seeing him would be extra, obviously. But,
Right.
But at least the entrance would cut down that price a little bit.
Yeah, by half, I think.
I have no idea how much Thursday is. Probably wouldn't be as busy because it's Thursday. I mean, Thursday.
Yeah. Yeah, Jason Mewes is going to be there. But you have anything else to add?
No, I think we've covered all we can. This has been an unusual episode, so
Yeah. Oh, it's all right to have a podcast to fill in all the loose ends.
yeah. So,
all right. Well, I guess that concludes our hodgepodge podcast. Mighty Con conventions, stuff we've been watching, stuff we've been going to, whatever. It's been a pleasure podcasting with you, Nick. And until next week, we are the All New Culture Cast.
See you later, everyone. You've been listening to the All New Culture Cast, where every episode is all new. Check out our blog, Zach and Nick's Culturecast, at znculturecast.wordpress.com, and find us on social media. Send us an email at nick.culturecast@gmail.com. We'd love to hear your feedback, comments, and requests. Theme music by bensound.com. The All New Culture Cast, a Saltwater production, copyright 2016.
Yeah, there is full frontal male nudity, right?
No, there isn't actually.
What?